So DoorDash drivers earnings are down overall starting in September. So for the last 6 weeks, I thought most drivers' earnings were going to be higher going into the fall. But let me show you a poll with some results of why I think that might not be true. 70% of drivers right now are saying they're making since September average money or bad money. 7 out of 10 drivers. We'll look at some comments in a second. Where do you fall in there? That's today's topic. And I'm going to tell you why I think drivers are having that experience with DoorDash right now. And really, you can insert maybe most gig economy apps. Now, we see on YouTube and we see in certain forum groups and whatever, there are drivers that have success. There are drivers that make good money. And I think the 70% of you that are having average to bad earnings look at that and it pisses you off. It makes you mad. You say, Pedro, dude, I am not having that experience. I am struggling out here. I'm not making good money. I'm seeing nothing but trash, nothing but Kobe orders, throwing them in the trash can. Now, I would also say I run into Dashers just about every single day. I ran into one on Friday night, yesterday. She told me she's doing more Uber Eats because the DoorDash is just not good. She's tried different things and it's not working. Now, I'll get back to that story in a minute as to what else she added to that conversation. But in the comments down below, I want you to put, where did you fall into this? Are you part of that 70% or the 30% that had good earnings, better earnings, really solid earnings, great, good, average, bad? Where did you fall? Did you vote? 1.3K votes. Let's pull it up one more time. Not a lot of people, but enough in not even 1 day's time have voted and said that their earnings are crap. Average isn't good. When you're driving your own car, you're out there hustling, average is not where we should be. Let's get into why I think that's happening. So, ad nauseum, I've been talking about DoorDash Shop and Pay program and getting priority, and I've shown you in countless videos how I get it and maybe how you could make that work for you. The driver that I met on Friday said she hadn't got that card activated yet. She wasn't, basically she was telling me she has, she needs to do it. She needs to get that card. She wants to do some shop and pays. That might be one reason why she's struggling. I think a lot of you guys don't like to shop. This is just one of a few reasons I'm going to lay out for you guys as to why I think earnings are down. Now, I still predict earnings are going to go up. I still think earnings overall, as it gets colder in those markets that have seasonal weather patterns and holiday season, we're going to see some good earnings from Dashers. We're going to see it. But overall, and this is where I have to check myself, okay, and this might surprise some of y'all. Maybe I'm looking at it wrong. My DoorDash experience overall has been positive overall. Now, clearly, I've had bad days. You've seen me record videos. You've seen the trash orders. You've seen me say, hey, today ain't the day. I'm calling it quits. I'm going home. I'm doing something else. I'm going to do Instacart for 3 months and give DoorDash a break. I did that last year, right? Just at about this time, I was starting to think, I was starting some things. And then once we got into December, I gave it a break, right? Those things happen. The economy is fluid. But too many times, maybe I'm thinking, well, people should be having an experience like mine. Just do shop and pay. Just do this. Just do that. That's not the case. There are a lot of other factors. Your market being one of them. How much time you give the app. I think if you go out there, and I know a few people that might only go out a couple hours a week, you might have bad luck with those couple hours, and your experience isn't going to be good. You're not hitting your goals. I think if you're full time and you turn on DoorDash and you're doing it all week, the average of your having a decent week is probably going to be there, depending on your market, obviously. But, I think too much, myself and other content creators, we expect you guys to figure it out. We expect you to, well, just do what I'm doing. You'll have the same result. You can do it. If I can do it, you can do it. Maybe that's the wrong approach. And I've tried to give very clear, try this, try that, lead by example or earn by time. Maybe it's good. Maybe it isn't. There's a lot, we have videos like that, countless videos like that. But I think that the days of thinking DoorDash is going to be the app that's going to stay around are still here. They're still prevalent. DoorDash is king. But as more new drivers come on the platform, the DoorDash app and the algorithm have to feed more people. And if the order volume is about the same, and if anything, is probably in some cases down as far as regular food delivery, but up with grocery. If the order volume's down and people are doing other things, saving money, lots going on in the world right now. Sometimes ordering DoorDash and spending $50 for a meal that is 20 or 25 if you went and got it yourself is not a priority. And it's actually horrible money management. I say that because we have to continue to look at DoorDash as an opportunity, but is it going to continue to go down? If I do this poll in 6 months, will it be 80% of people instead of 70? Let's read some comments real quick. I want to pull this up. I want to hear from you guys in the comment section down below. Let's pull up some comments real quick. So I'll read a couple. We got 48 comments on this video here. Okay. So basically, let me pop up my little head here so you guys can see me as well. Let's do it like this. There we go. Okay. So I want to read what some of you guys are saying, and I want to get your perspective here. Is DoorDash, is it done for most of us OGs? Are the ones that have been out here, obviously a lot of you guys have moved on, and maybe the new drivers are taking your orders. I don't know. Earned by time destroyed top Dasher status in regards to decent orders. It's becoming more like Uber Eats shenanigans. I feel that comment. From October 2022 up until August 2023, my overall hourly rate always hovered around 24 and 25 an hour. June was my best month at 26. September 2023 was my slowest month so far, averaging around 23 an hour. So far this October has been better as I've been back up to 25. So very similar results. I mean, when you're within $1 or $2, you're talking maybe $50, $100 a month. DoorDash sucks unless you are in a good area, says John Blaze. You know what? I'll heart that and give it a thumbs up. You're probably right. Unless you're in a good area, DoorDash can suck. There's too many lowball orders, right? But it is also about perspective. It's been slow in my market as well. It's probably the oversaturation of drivers and people not ordering as much, probably a mixture of both. I do agree with that. I still managed to make decent money even though it's slowed down. I hope will pick back up when the winter comes. I think it will pick back up when the winter comes. We have this comment here. DoorDash has been super slow lately. I don't know if it's oversaturation or if people are not ordering like they used to. I think it is a combination of both. I think it's the ordering not like they used to, coupled, and then the second tier of that is there's more drivers that need to feed. JS Investing says, great, I have a high-paying W-2. Thanks for asking, Pedro. So he has a W-2. A lot of people went back to W-2. Gas went down 40 cents, so hopefully it will get better in my market. My market is oversaturated with drivers. Well, if the gas goes down, I have an unpopular opinion. That means that brings more drivers out. You might make less money. That's how I look at gas prices, but maybe I'm the only person that thinks that. Down 20 to 25% says Capital 1212. I think this is the latest shakeup to push people away. Interesting. I've had my best week in the month since grinding with Levi. Love that. It's going to be market dependent. That we need to remember that. But generally speaking, 70% of you guys are having average to bad earnings. Doing very good on Uber Eats since people started going back to school more frequent, bigger orders. Okay. Delivery streak has to be the worst sales promotion I have ever seen. What a joke. Yeah, I don't have that Mad Dog, but I haven't seen good things. So just to give you guys a little bit of a little taste of what some people are saying out there, right? And when I put this poll up, it wasn't how are your DoorDash earnings? I'm saying that because that's the king. You could insert Uber, Instacart. Now for me, I want to get back to things that could be helpful. I'm going to continue to say it. I do know new people come here every day. So the ones that watch every day, sorry for being repetitive. For you new people, listen and listen closely. Grab a pen, grab a notebook, write this down. I need you to activate your red card. If you don't like shopping, get over it. It's a harsh truth. Get over it. Do some shopping. The app, in my opinion, is going to reward you overall over the course of a week with some good cash flow orders. So if we're talking catering is down, a lot of new catering apps out there, guys, now. A lot. And some of you guys know of them. They're taking away these easy caterings from DoorDash. So you can go and apply another app. That's fantastic. But if you're getting those $20 to $40 to $50 orders taken away as far as food delivery on the DoorDash app specifically, and maybe even Uber Eats. Get the cash flow back. And these orders most of the time will take you about the same amount of time by activating your red card and getting the shop and pay priority. I need you to try that. It's been a game changer for me. My earnings with Instacart and DoorDash right now are pretty good. I'd say they're good. They're not average or bad. They're good. They're very solid. They're not great, but they're really good for my time that I'm going. I need you guys to just try that out for me. But I do think it's interesting, and I want to call myself out, right? Because I have to realize my experience with DoorDash might not be yours. Your experience with Uber might not be mine. And at the end of the day, we should come here to help each other. Dropped a video yesterday, 10 apps that maybe you can try to sign up for during the holiday season and get you more money, right? We're going to continue to do that. A lot of other great content creators are going to give you relatable, entertaining content. But we have to remember, we are a market of one. I think DoorDash says that. I think that's where I got that from. So I want to give credit where credit is due. You are your market. Where you decide to go, what orders you decide to take, the radius you decide to work, what you accept, what you decline, what time you work, what time you shift your times, the service that you give, how you treat the merchants. You control all of that. Now, you don't control what DoorDash sends you. You might sometimes if you get the priority, if you're able to dash now. But overall, a consumer has to order, DoorDash has to send it to you. You also don't control how many dashers are out there, but you can control your movements. And I believe your decision-making, your attitude, and your adaptability is going to continue to have you go from bad to average earnings. Just go to the next level of good. If you're earning bad right now with DoorDash and the gig economy, try to get to average. And what can you do to do that? If you're average, try to get to good. And if you're good, try to get to great. Just go up a little bit. Some examples in the comments were like, I'm tracking my earnings. I'm making 25 this month, 26, 23. You should know your numbers. The devil is in the details. If you don't know if you're just looking at your gross and not your net, and you don't know your true earnings statement, your true profitability, if you don't know what you're spending in gas, if your goal is to make $200 today, $100 today, you should know exactly right now how much fuel it's going to cost you to make $100. For me, right now, $8. It used to be 10 or 11, but I'm driving less because cash flow is higher on some of these shopping pays, and I'm delivering to people that live close to the grocery stores that I'm shopping at. Make sense? You should know that. You should factor that in, because that over the course of a month and over the course of a year, that compounds. If you're off by a few dollars here or there, that's thousands of dollars at the end of the year. I know I'm rambling, but listen. You are a market of one. Continue to adapt. Continue to try new apps. Try to level up from bad to average, from average to good, from good to great. And while I might give you some little hints here and there and things like that, right? You got to make it work for you. You have to make it work for you. So I got one more thing before I let you guys go. I want to hear from you. Do you think the gig economy earnings will continue to go down, stay flat, or do you think we'll go up? And the drivers that answer the question, my earnings are great since September, last 6 weeks. My earnings are good. What do you think they're doing? For those drivers, so we had 1.3K votes. Okay, let's break this down. There was 30%. So that's 300 and, oh God, was that 400 people? Something like that, right? So out of 400 people, if you're watching this, comment what you're doing. How, why? Is it just your market? Or what are you doing to make sure you have great and good earnings? And the drivers that are answered the question, the majority of you, the 900 or the 1,000 of you or 900 of you that answered bad, average, what aren't you doing? Think about that. This is a place we should come and learn, share information. I want to see that in the comments section, share with each other. And some might say, well, if I help my fellow driver out, maybe he's in my market, then he's going to make orders and he's going to take money from me. That's one way to look at it, right? But overall, I think the better we make each other as drivers, the more we can help each other out with the information that we have available, right? Taking advantage of the programs and doing this and doing that. Overall, the platform can become stronger. Customers have a better experience. And long-term, you can stay on the apps, whether it's full-time or part-time. I appreciate you guys watching this video. I'm going to do these from time to time. I'm going to ask a poll question and look at the results and give my impression of them, ask you guys for some feedback. So if you have not yet had your voice heard in that poll, go check it out. We'll talk about this a little bit tomorrow. I have a very special topic as well in tomorrow's live. We go live every Sunday, 10 Eastern, 9 Central. It's a really good time. The live chats pop in. We have the StreamYard open. If you've never been a part of a live and you just come for the regular videos, come pop in tomorrow night. It's a really good time. The chat is amazing. If you're a new driver and you have questions, that is the place to go. You'll get somebody that can help you out in that live chat. I guarantee it. You guys are fantastic. I hope you guys are having a great night. I overall think it's going to get better for some of us, but you have to look in the mirror and say, what can I do as a market of one to make better money, make better decisions? And it doesn't necessarily mean, in closing, it doesn't mean it doesn't always mean I need to get my earnings more. Now, that's the main reason, the main way you're going to do that, or more earnings, more profitability. But how can I fix my costs? How can I spend less to earn that $100? That adds up as well. I'll see you guys tomorrow.